Well, let's do another run. Let's stay with the Queen, Shardtail Queen. I wanna at least see Fel or Arcus with her. So, this time we are facing the new boss Talos. Talos is special in that she attacks every turn in the flying phase, even before Relentless. This version of Talos has enemy units enter with Rage 2, and Talos attacks every turn and she gains armor on Slay, and I think it's 25 armor. Then we have Arcus as our second boss. Arcus summons Dark Shards. He will, at the start of a turn, summon a Dark Shard on a random floor. That Dark Shard can be interacted with and despawns at the end of the combat. Each Dark Shard has an effect while it's on the board, and he switches between the two Dark Shards. So for this version of Arcus, Sin of Shadow, we have the Blinding Dark Shard, which on Rally applies Dazed 1 to all your units on the floor. So when you play a unit on this floor, they will become dazed for a turn. And the other is the Shattering Dark Shard. It has Hellborn Harvest, add a Weight of Contrition card to the top of your draw pile. So whenever one of our units die, we will add a Weight of Contrition. And we are up against Seraph the Diligent, so spell consume Seraph. Hornbreak, Sting and Impish Scholar are our starting cards. Pretty average. Firestone Housing and Scorching Restraints. Scorching Restraints seems great if we are using imps. So we have the... Oh, I forgot to mention, we are playing with the Exiled Champion, so we have Queen Simplings instead of Torches. Queen Simplings deal 10 damage to the front enemy unit on summon. We also have the Exiled cards from Awoken, which is Root Seeds, apply +2 attack, draw +1 card next turn. And obviously we have the usual Train Stewards, the Stings, Hornbreaks and the Impish Scholars that were added to our deck because of the Covenant 1 effect. So, for the Shardtail Queen we have Imperialist, action, kill all imp units, deal 20 damage per imp to enemy units, and Imp Parade, resolve, add a Queen Simpling to your hand, imp units cost -1 amber on this floor. I think I wanna go with the Imp Parade. That's a steady generation of imps and it also makes the imps free on this floor, so that's very decent. She also has slightly higher stats, 20 attack is nice. So let's go with this. Mark of Invasion. Okay, let's take it. We do have a lot of single target damage spells, so we should be able to remove some of them. We can play the Queen and the Nymph on the top floor to remove at least one of them, and that's what I'm gonna do to prevent a little bit of damage to my pyre. Can we get the Collector? We can deal 30 damage to the front unit, that's not enough, so no. We don't currently have a consume spell anyway, so might as well just play out the Imp to block a hit. Turn this guy down. That seems good. And 2 Queen Simplings for extra damage against this guy. We already have the kill on him. Maybe we wait with the imps. Queen Simpling seems like a strictly better Frozen Lands. Can't say that. It's not quite that way. They require you to have capacity on the floor you play them in, and they're not spells. They can't trigger incant. Of course, they can trigger rally instead, but that's much less readily available. And as you can see, using up capacity can be an issue. Oh, wait. No valid target? That's the wrong error message. Should be not enough ammo. I am gonna report this real quick. If you're trying to play Queen's Impling on the Imp Parade floor, then scroll to another floor while you don't have the amber to pay for that imp. The error message will say no valid target instead of not enough. Do I want to play the imp here? I guess so. In the end, we have a little bit less rage on that imp, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter all that much. We can play an imp on the top floor next turn. So let's play this one here. Let's also kill this guy and Hyrule is our champion. Finally, this imp should finish the battle. Fortify hidden passage, Welder Helper. Welder Helper is good. Hidden passage is also not bad. But it's a bit less exciting with an imp deck than with a deck that just uses capacity for permanent units. We will usually have an imp front line, so Sharpen is a bit less interesting to us. Wildwood Sap, same thing. Restoration, Detonation, same problem. Although, yeah, I really don't like any of these. Let's just skip. So what do we want as a unit? Something that scales well, works with imps, doesn't require a lot of capacity. I think we have better chances on Awoken, because the sweepers would also be pretty decent. Let's see what's on offer. Multi-strike. Oh. No. Oh, why? Can't heal the Thorned Hollow. Oh, I really want to use the multi-strike. But it's not great on a Wilting Sapwood. Do I still pick the Wilting Sapwood? I forgot that the Sapwood exists. I thought the only 3 capacity units were Thorned Hollow and Awoken Hollow, so there was a very small chance that I didn't get to pick a 2 capacity unit. But I forgot about Wilting Sapwood because it's rare. Mostly because it's rare. I'll take it. I'm not gonna give it multi-strike though. I'm gonna give it health and attack and then move on. Not gonna reroll even. Ah, this sucks. I was so hoping for a good unit to put a multi-strike on. Passing up multi-strike feels so bad. Okay. Do we want the Wilting Sapwood on the bottom floor? And then have a second floor with imps? Actually, maybe using this floor might be better. Do I want to play these imps? No. Not yet. It's a bit too early to play them. Let's get the collector. Maybe... No, root seeds go on the Chantal Queen. I'm also now gonna play the imp. We need multiple imps to defend the top floor, so... Right, there's no more room here. I guess I can kill the foot soldier then. This imp almost died. That's okay. That doesn't do it. This does the job and makes one imp die, which is decent. Now I should have played the root seeds because we'll have a bit more ember next turn. So I wanted the extra draw, but then again we have a ton of draw anyways. We need to get rid of this guy. The boss also has sweep, so we only get to hit with our champion twice, no matter how many imps we use to block. That's kind of annoying. But it also makes me not want to play imps on the top floor, because I much rather play Queen Dimpling when the boss is actually on this floor. This is all we can do. We stay alive, but it's not pretty. Went 45 Molting Imp. We don't need to pick this many imps. We generate our own. I want a Went. Glimmer, Sting, Wildwood Sap. Wildwood Sap has a decent target on the Sapwood. Okay. I'm not happy about it. Animals of Will. This is pretty much a perfect unit for us. Might be even better than a sweeper. Probably is. Resonant Shard. Let's go. Now we just need Major Refraction on the Wilting Sapwood. Minor? No. I think it's Major Refraction on the Sapwood. Five capacity now, but it's a big dude. Major Refraction still feels a little bit weak. Don't want to play him just yet on this floor. We do play him to block Talos, and she will gain 25 armor on Slay. So that's somewhat annoying. With the root seeds, the Animals of Will is so powerful. And as soon as we get the next upgrade to our champion, that's gonna be amazing. Decent chunk of regen we have here. This is a vent on the bottom floor. I think we might need a little bit of extra capacity. Oh, well done, Hellhorned, very nice. Yeah, with that regen we are dealing a solid amount of damage. Ember! Sharp channel spreading spores, Dark Deal. It's Dark Deal. Question is just how do we apply it to the Animals of Will? Don't think we want another unit. And we need capacity. Unit upgrades? Yes, the Animals of Will needs it. Spell upgrades? Not so much. Okay. So, Imperate now is resolve add a fledgling imp to your hand. And that's the reason why I picked up the Resonant Shard and the Scorching Restraints. To some degree, well, the Scorching Restraint is good anyway. We could also go with the Imperialist path, which makes sure we always have room for imps to play. But honestly, I really want to get these fledgling imps going. Animals of Will with extra health makes sure we can play the Dark Deal on it. That doesn't seem like a huge damage upgrade, but allowing us to play the Dark Deal on it is great. Let's roll for Multi-Strike or Endless. Endless, who do we put it on? Welder Helper or Impish Scholar? Do we have for Impish Scholar right now? Just a Wildwood Sap? Yeah. And let's give Animals some more starting rage. That should provide her with a lot of front-loaded damage, which is really good. Let's also remove some cards. Probably Queen's Implings after Train Stewards. Because the root seeds are actually really good. Spell Shield, we don't care about that. It only blocks our vent and our stings. It's not a big deal. Do we set our imps up on the top floor? I guess so. How do we kill our Welder Helper after we play it? Hornbreak, I guess. should have played those in the other order, probably. So we could at least deal some damage to this frontliner. Because we need to kill the frontliner with our Shortail Queen. Well, we cannot. No, we don't. We have multi-strike anyway, so. Can have 2 imps die this turn. The amount of Absolvers we currently are up against is a bit concerning. But we have the Wilting Settle providing us with the Ember to play these cards. Do want to get rid of these guys. Okay, are somewhat of a concern. Let's also get rid of the spell shield. These imps are not gonna die this turn, but I still want them to be in front to block the hits. Well, we kill in the first turn, so... Yeah, we have pretty good scaling now. Impressive. It's a way to get rid of our imps. We need that. Inferno is a way for that too, but it also gets rid of everything else, which is a bit too much. Engraft, Awake, Focus Growth. Awake is tempting. It's very expensive though. I'll go with Engraft. It's a little bit of healing. If we get some spell damage, magic power on it, it's pretty solid. I don't really need the unit upgrade, but I want the removals more than the dupe, I think. Yeah. What's in the shop? Large stone, can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with any of these upgrades, honestly. What's next? Yeah, it's Queen Simplings. Fire removal on one of them. We don't need to push them all, but we don't want to have that many in the deck. Mark of Innovation should be pretty doable with this deck. We gotta have... Yeah, kind of have to ignore the top floor. For now. I do plan on killing the second wave of these guys. I don't want to give up the collector for that. Killing all but one still means we take the same damage we would have taken if we left them all alive. But we're never gonna leave them all alive because the queen would always kill one. This is great. Don't want to play Queen Simpling on this floor. We can only lose one imp here on this floor because only one enemy attacks. Let's stack some regen on the queen. This guy will gain a lot of rage, I forgot about that. Can we kill him? 50, 60, 65, that's all we can do. I guess we'll take some damage here. Do want this guy to stay alive, so we can play 2 imps on the top. With all that regen and that amount of damage behind the queen, we are pretty safe now. Yep. Okay. Another impressive. It's still okay. It's still good. Also another Inferno next to it. I don't think I want the second engraft. I only care about it because I can upgrade it. Relics and spell upgrade, or just relics and get to see potential 6 of them. I really care about relics in this deck. Can we get spell upgrades later? Only just before Seraph. Fine then, I will take the spell upgrades here. Hell's Banners, oh yeah. Bone Shine, I'll take a Bone Shine. We generate a lot of Ember, it can be quite a lot of pyre healing. Might not be necessary, but it still makes me feel a bit safer. Might need the upgrade first. Cost reductions go on impressives, I think. Do we need permafrost on anything? If anything on Bone Shine, but I don't think that's worth it. Holdover. 20 magic power and consume. It's not terrible on a Hornbreak or a Sting. It's actually pretty good on a Sting. Its cost reuse the other impressive, and I think we also hold over one of them. It's not great yet, the holdover, but it will become better pretty soon, I hope. Once we hit the Endless on an Imp, or any, or maybe even the third upgrade of Imparade, which adds a Welder Helper to the pool of imps generated every turn. Blinding Dark Shard. So the units we place here on the bottom floor will get dazed. But I don't care about daze on the Wielding Sapwood. So any unit that dies on this floor triggers the Dark Shard for a weight of contrition. We can't really do much this turn. We definitely want to draw a +1 card. Do we want to gain extra Ember is the question. I think we do. So let's only kill one of them. I want the +1 Ember. Was that the holdover impressive? It was. Blinding Dark Shard here means if we play Imps here, we'll get dazed. Do I want to be dazed for 2 turns? It's not a problem. Although we can't get rid of this imp immediately, so we might as well not play it yet. Arcus has 25 damage, stacking Wildwood set on the Sharptail Queen doesn't help, because she will get one shot once she's down to her red health. Do want to play the Fletchling Imp. The chances are pretty high I'd run impressive next turn. No impressive. That's... I forgot that the daze also turns off the resolve. If I remembered that, I would have cared a bit more about it. I think... no. I want the extra draw. We just heal 4, that's okay. This is a Blinding Dark Shard, but the units on this floor don't matter. Let's make room for new imps. Oh, right, we now have the Sting that consumes, and the Bone Shine as well. Okay, getting the consume upgrade on the Sting was a mistake. Do want to get rid of the Scorch guy. This is the Shattering Dark Shard, so we take Scorch to the top of our deck when one of our units dies. This is not that bad. I think it's still fine to sacrifice some imps on this floor for power. Finally got another Wildwood Sap. Do want to prevent my Sharptail Queen from taking damage. and I should hold it over. Nice. That didn't change much though, because our sapwood is pretty low. Only gives us one more hit. We need a lot of damage to kill Arcus, but at least he only has one attack each turn, so our imps are gonna provide a lot of extra time for our backliner to strike. And with these imps, it should be enough to get the win. Oh, we can even get 12 more pyro health. Sure. That seems like a good deal. So we healed by 16 in this fight. I like it. Awoken's Rail Spike spreading Spores Cycle of Life. Well, Awoken's Rail Spike is really good, but what we really need is a tank right now, and this car can make us a tank. Just for boss fights, that's important. And I think we want draw now. Hi Dudette, welcome! Okay. Think we go to the right. We don't need unit upgrades at all. Endless would still be somewhat useful, but it's not even that great. Petrify Crucible. No, we don't use spikes. Wing Clippings is good, but it reduces the power of our Endless Impish Scholar by a bit. Now the question is, do I want to add Welder Helpers to our hand every turn? Welder Helpers are a bit harder to get rid of, because they can't easily die in front. You have to play them in the back to get the armor on the units you want. We have an Endless Impressive though, and I think we could get a second one. Yeah, there's a Hellhorned here. The Imperialist path makes sure we kill all our imps every turn. But then we don't generate enough imps. Here we basically generate too many imps. And with this we don't generate enough imps. You know what? Let's generate too many imps and then dupe the holdover impressive. So we no longer generate too many imps. Imperator 3 is weird, it turns Queen into your front line. It can turn pretty much anything into your front line, right? Because the Welder Helpers can be used on anything. No matter what's in front. Or do you mean because the Queen generates the armor, so she basically takes the front line roll away from other units that would generate armor or health or something like that? If you mean it that way, yes, that's true. That's definitely weird, but it's not bad. Nice. We are at full health now. We have been even before. So I'm not actually happy about this thing not consuming. Queen Sibling on top. Let's play this. Sacrifice the other one. Doesn't matter where we place it. We are facing sweep. Might as well to get rid of it. We haven't consumed any spell yet. And I should have played the imp in front. So let's use this one to block. There will be... Oh no, this guy has 12 attack. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. Oops. Okay, we can salvage this by using Cycle of Life. Let's throw away these backline imps and replace them with frontline imps. I don't want to deal with 3 enemies on a single floor. 2 is fine. 2 is actually ideal. It allows us to get rid of 2 imps. Start with Welder Helper. Sacrifice the Welder Helper. You up. Fish Scholar, Fletchling Imp. We don't need to sacrifice any of them. Regen on you because there's a sweeper coming. This wave is pretty tanky. Might need the extra damage. Start with the Welder Helper. Impressive. Impressive Collar. Impressive. Fletchling. Queen Sibling. Boss doesn't have sweep, so the health on you doesn't matter. So the Cycle of Life goes on the Queen now, and we add a Wildwood set to you, just in case. Welder Helper, sack it, Fletchling, Impish. Food seeds, and a stick. We already have to win. This is pretty good, pretty powerful. Important work is great. Preserve Thorns, Bramble Ash, Spreading Spores. Just because we're up against Seraph the Diligent, I am gonna take Preserve Thorns, otherwise I wouldn't pick it in this deck. But it gives us a lot of easy to use consume fodder. Lightstone Casing. That's tempting. We could upgrade the Impressive with plus 10 magic power for 100 damage Impressive, but I don't really need the Impressive to deal damage. Cycle of Life should be a bit cheaper. All in all, I don't think we need the Lightstone Casing, Consume removal, not necessary. Yeah, there are removals. I want this Bone Shine out of the deck. It's pretty bad now. And Queen's Imblink can go. We have to reroll this shot. And I think I'm gonna pick the Traitor's Quill. Thorn Casing, Consume Crown. These are both pretty solid. Leaves us with enough gold to reroll here. We can even buy the spell power. Do we want it on Engraft? No. No, we don't. Do we want it on Hornbreak? Yes. Yes, we do. Because of the Absolvers. Reroll. The other Hornbreak also needs a damage up. We never got to upgrade Engraft because we always had other things that were more important. Let's buy a Purge with the final. Gold. What do we purge? Maybe the final impressive. We don't need 3 of them. Well, it means we can consume 1 in the boss fight. Let's get rid of another Queen's Imblink. Yeah, let's go. I think this is a pretty strong deck. We should be able to beat Consume Seraph pretty easily with this. Set food on the bottom. Let's consume the Engraft. I'd rather consume the Engraft than the Hornbreak, to be honest. And Chocolate on the second floor. Maybe I... Oh, we preserved everything. It's fine. Wanna start with the Animals of Will. We wanna have Welder Helper in the back, Fletchling in the front. Let's apply some extra. We can get it back with the... Imp there. With the Impish Scholar. Hornbreak on this guy is important. Let's go Fletchling Imp, sack the... Oh wait, let's consume a Root Seeds. I don't want to consume the holdover cards. Let's play the other Fletchling and then this color in front. Suspect Preserve Thorns. Nice. Play them here. And our set food is gone, that's fine. We don't need it anymore. Let's start with the name on the top floor. Fletchling, what do we consume? I think we consume whatever the Impish Scholar brings back. Maybe not. Maybe we don't. Did we already trigger the Hellspanners? We did. I do want to play Cycle of Life. Then we do consume Dark Steel. could have consumed Went, but that also eats up all our Ember. Let's start with the Fledgling Imp, which we get rid of by using a Sting. This one, blow it up. This one, sure. We don't want to blow that one up. Start with a Welder Helper, use a Sting as our consume spell. Sack. Okay, that's fine. This. Actually might want to deal one of those to prevent 15 damage to the Queen. And I'm not gonna play this impressive. We no longer need 2 every turn. 1 every turn is enough. Start with a Sting. Welder Helper, then Impic Scholar, then Impressive, kills off both imps. That's not actually ideal, but it will do. Oh, no more consumed cards. That's a surprise. I didn't really check because I was just figuring in this fight we gotta have consumed cards, right? But our wing clippings are a bit too excited about doing their job. Apparently. Can't really use that many impressives anyway. Let's consume one. Then again, we're just gonna get it back. We didn't. It's fine too. Well, this should be a win. We need to play the turn though. Doesn't matter what we consume this turn, although it kind of does. And that was not the best card. Okay, it's fine. And the fledgling. The fledgling. Okay, worked out pretty well. 20 armor a turn and 3 rage for the entire floor every turn. That's just powerful. You don't need that much imp support or anything, just a good backliner that scales well with rage and you are set. Score is solid. Master and the Shardtail Queen, Root Seeds and the Queen Simpling, very nice. Okay. Yeah, looking good. Switch the mastery frame around for the next run. Yeah. The Imp Parade Queen seems pretty solid. It's just value to generate a free Fledgling Imp and a Welder Helper every turn. That just scales so well. well, we had the Resonant Shard and we had an Animus of Will, so we were scaling really well with the Rage. So that helped, of course, but it's generally pretty good. If you have something like a Transcend Imp in your deck, then you're just set. Once you play the Transcend Imp after a few turns of Imp Parade action, yeah, you should be good to go. Wielding Sapwood wasn't the best unit for the job we could have found to like weaken bottom floor enemies, but it gave us quite a bit of Ember that helped sometimes. Oftentimes it wasn't really that necessary, especially after we found the Hell's Banners. Yeah, Root Seeds is just a great base card. A draw +1 next turn is good, and +2 attack is great if you put it on an Animus of Will, for example. Okay. That was a nice run.